So we haven't done a night drive in a while. It's a little freezing cold. It's warmer now though, but contracts. So one of my friends, clients, whatever, a guy that I know on the internets, he got some sort of deaf Bonce product, and Big Jeff sold it to him and was like, it was like a return or something like that. There was something wrong with it, and my friend, he fixed it. He fixed the problem. It was like a terminal or something like that was broken on it. And he's like, well, now I can just sell this thing now that it's working, because I assume that he got it at a discount because it was broken, or because it, there was something wrong with it. Well, here's where it gets really weird. Okay, so there are some brands in existence that are very, very protective of their IP, intellectual property. So, and there are lots of ways to protect your IP and to make sure that nobody is using it to enrich themselves, right? Because that's what it's intellectual property. That's your property, right? If it's your IP, if someone else is enriching themselves using your IP, that's a problem. It's like using your land to get rich, or using your wife to get rich, or something like that, or whatever. So I experienced this a long time ago when I was selling the PPI plugs. I still sell them, but I just whatever. I don't give a shit. And so yeah, the cop's not following me. That's cool. What was it? I used the word tube driver in a couple of my ads because for a minute, BK Butler, the in my opinion, hack piece of shit turd of an amplifier, whatever. He's not even a designer. He's like, this is a piece of shit hack. But again, that's my opinion. He got a little, burr under his saddle, and he decided to text me and contact me through the eBay. And he's like, hey, you got to put in there that it says tube driver is a registered trademark, and this is not a tube driver product. I was like, shut the fuck up, fuck off, fuck you. Now, this was a long time ago. This was probably 15, almost 20 years ago. And I personally haven't really experienced any of that. But my friend did with Big Jeff, and also with Def Bonce. So, and he got these what look like very threatening letters, and I'm sure it's like a $400 or $500 letter that some, piece of shit lawyer spreads around to his other piece of shit lawyer friends. Again, it's just a threatening letter. It just sounds scary, but it's really gross, and that's a very, in my opinion, bad way to do business, especially with something that is so retail, consumer friendly. If that was like a dealer network or something like that, or whatever. Like, I understand the one that I got from JL Audio, even though it was inappropriate, because I wasn't selling anything JL. I was giving away stickers. So whatever. But again, fuck those kinds of people. And I recommend you just boycott anybody that uses that kind of tactic, that strong arm. It's fake. Just so you know, it's fake. Because there has to be a contract there. There's no contract. Def Bonce didn't contract with my friend and said, hey, you better promise not to sell any unauthorized, like, you have to ask us permission to sell equipment with our brand on it. Like, no, I don't. If I bought it on the street or whatever, even if it's a knockoff, even if, like, whether you know it or not, and if you sell it in good faith, thinking that it's, a good product, whether it's a Gucci bag or whatever it is, you cannot hold somebody's feet to the fire, right? People get duped on watches and phones and all kinds of other shit all the fucking time. And so, again, there has to be some sort of contract there. And when you sort of, I guess, trespass on someone's IP, enriching yourselves, which is really you're just selling something, I can see why people will get upset about it. It doesn't mean you have the right to, even, well, again, it's just a rude thing to do. It's a rude, gross business tactic, and I don't. That's why I don't like, Big D. I don't like basically everybody on the internet that is selling car audio, just because they're just gross, and that's all that I can see, right? Typically, those guys that sell that stuff, like JP is the epitome of that, which is like, he's like, look at me, I'm awesome. Don't you want to be awesome like me? Don't you want to suck my dick and give me money, like my girlfriend does? Whatever his vibe is. The way that you can avoid being a cuck or a beta or whatever you want to call it, don't buy from those guys. Just ignore them. They're douchebags. All the guys at Bonce, DB stands for douchebag. Those guys are just douchebags. It's just a money grab. I didn't even want to do a review on it was like a low level, like 1,000-watt motor that they made, because they made it proprietary. And again, that's just a money grab, like what Jacob did. Jacob Fuller at Sundown with the SAV2. What's funny is that came to bite him really quick too, because right after the SAV2 came out, he's like, well, we're going to do the SA Classic. So, which is, again, he tried to make New Coke, and everybody's like, fuck New Coke. And then he came back with Classic Coke, because it's a good product. Like, shut up, make your money, and, leave us alone. Stop trying to, steal our children and their college fund over some bullshit. But, so anyways, my friend sent me the letters that Big Jeff sent him. The one that's from Big Jeff is not. I don't really consider this like the source, because you got to understand that if Big Jeff doesn't play ball with what Def Bonce wants, then they can pull their product, and Big Jeff makes money from them. He makes money selling, being an authorized reseller for them. And so it's this weird, it's what it really is a conspiracy. These are entities conspiring to extract money out of you. And when you support them, when you support brands like that, and again, this is almost every brand, almost, not all of them participate in these kinds of practices. But when they do, that's a surefire way to just go, we don't need you in the marketplace. We don't need you to exist. You are gross. Go away. Just like tobacco products. You're like, just go to China. Go to China. And then even China's like, go to Africa. Go, leave us alone. So, again, it's just gross. I don't even want to show you the letters. But they just look official and all that kind of stuff. Now, a lot of them all get their inspiration from the biggest one, which is the IRS, which it's not even like a government agency. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole with you guys. You guys can go on TikTok yourself and watch all that stuff. But again, it goes back to contracts. There's no contract there. So like, it was funny, even the letter that they sent to my friend, it was his username. It was a username. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Like Big Jugs 503, hey, stop selling our branded product on eBay. Now here's where it gets weird, is they can file a counterfeit claim. It's just a claim with eBay, and depending on eBay's policies, they may pull it. They may not pull it. And eBay is a private platform. It's not public. So there's not really those protections about bullies like that. And eBay is there to make money. That's it. They're not there to stick up for the little guy or anything like that. And they're just there to make money. And if the big guy is paying them more money than the little guy, they're going to go with the big guy. So that's why, they always side with the buyer, not the seller. So there are way more buyers than there are sellers. So they're like, it's like 20 to 1. So they're always vying for that bigger pie, and that's why they have those shitty policies. And again, the best thing that you can do, in my case as a seller or even as a consumer, is don't participate with those parties, those entities. Just stay away from them. Talk shit about them. Just talk trash, all kinds of trash. Well, Big Joe, he was good to me, and he sent me a Christmas card with a used condom in it. I'm the king of used condoms for Christmas cards. Stop it. Stop that, Big Jeff. But, whatever. If you want a used condom from Big Jeff, that's fine. I don't want to sit there and get in the used condom competition business. I want you to go with whoever has the best semen or whatever. I use the lambskin. I don't use any of the weird lubes. I think they taste gross. But anyways, so I digress. I'm home. It's a little, it's a little brisk. I had to put on my signed Larry Fitzgerald Phoenix Gold leather Letterman jacket, and that's what you hear. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm toasty and warm, but yeah, I've had the flu for the last couple of days, and I was still working, and it just made my vagina ache. And the only thing that helps is like lots and lots of NyQuil, or like we buy the generic one, we buy the Equate one. And I can't stand the licorice one. That's gross. Even though that's the only thing I used to drink was like, what is it? Jägermeister. So when in my 20s, that's what I used to drink to get fucked up. And now it's like even the cherry one is gross. I'm like, ugh, glug, 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 glug. But it works. It really works. Like it stops the cough. It clears the sinuses. Everything that it says that does, it does. But you'd have to take like 2 or 3 times as much as what it says to take. So, but that's Patrick's tips for surviving cold and flu season, aka COVID. But because the world already got all their COVID money, they're not going to claim a COVID emergency. But I don't trust those fuckers. Especially we watched The Peripheral again last night. Come to find out, we thought it got rebooted for or re-upped for a second season, and it did. However, because of the writer's strike and then the actor's strike, they just canceled it. They're like, no. What I'd love to see is a movie based on that whole thing, or even a trilogy of movies, because I think the author released book 1 and 2, and so I'm all for that. I would love to be part of that, just part of that whole thing. I think what it's really good is about the it's societal commentary on who really matters in society, and when those things get boiled down to very few people, what does it look like, and the very nature of people in power and how they act. And there are typically only 3 types of people, and that's the 3 groups that show up. Is it 3 groups? Yeah. There's the RI, there's the cops, there's the kleptos, and then the neoprims, which is like a revolutionary group, 4 groups. So, but you can get into like first wave, second wave, third wave, which is the miracle and things like that. Anyways, it's MLK weekend. Fucking go be nice to black people. buy them like a lunch, like not even like a coffee, like fuck coffee. Just be like, let me pick up your meal. Good, wholesome black people. I love you. And just get in the practice of being nice, just being nice to people in general, of course. But, like make it and don't make it awkward. Like they're like, hey, this is because of MLK. Just go, yeah, this is because of MLK. You did a good job. Good job. I mean, in hindsight, 2020, Johnson was a piece of shit and gave civil rights to the black people to shut them up. He didn't give it. Civil rights are not real rights. They're civil. It's pretend. That's all. Again, that goes back to contracts and commerce. commerce is all contracts, and it's all dead. It's all dead entities. It's not living humans. It's all paper garbage. It's just garbage on paper. So, but I'm a real human. I'm a real boy. I love you guys. Make sure you jack off. Jack off this weekend. Get in like a good jack, like the old days when you'd like fall asleep on the couch and leave the I would leave the porno tape, because we had VHS. We'd leave it in the VCR. That was always a mistake. But I'm sure some of you younger guys are like, I left the DVD in there, like whatever. And then, like the missionaries come over for dinner and they're talking to us. And then Sherry sees out of the side of her eye, what was it? It was something about lactating cum queens 82 or something like that. And it was some girl. I mean, it wasn't real jizz, but it was like fake jizz, but it was like all over her boobs and stuff like that face. And she's like, Patrick, the video. Gotta go. And so then we had to kick out the missionaries, and then she yells at me for an hour. That was embarrassing. I'm like, they didn't see it. And she's like, maybe they did. I was like, maybe they did. So what? They come over to watch Beavis and Butthead anyway. So anyways, I love you. I'll talk to you later. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed the videos. I will be doing some technical stuff, but I thought I finally saw those letters, and my friend had sent me D's Nuts Industries about Def Bonce and Big Jeff, and again, they're just douchebag companies. Those are run by douchebag people, and you don't have to buy from them. That's the magic of the market right now. Is there's lots of other companies that you can go with. Like, I'd rather see you go with like Black Brick, or who was that other one? Slaps, whatever. It's just a generic. Like the product's good. I buy the same product. It works fucking great. I don't know. Maybe I wish like Power Acoustic would come out with a generic brand. That would be great. But nobody's doing it, so I guess we got to do it. So we can do a generic. That's what the GONZO Zen 65s are, right? I send them to you guys, no badge. I think the only badging that we do is on the tweeters, and that was because I had just gotten that URL, which is worldwiderevolution.org, and I put that on the box. So I was real pumped with my cool ideas, and that's it. I think there's some Gonzo stickers in there too, because I had Val pulled every one of those apart, tested every tweeter, signed them, put them back together, and then we put them in storage. So, but yeah, I would love to have fancier packaging. I was talking to somebody today that bought 2 pair of them, and he just like sent extra money, and I'm just like, fuck yeah. And he's like, dude, he's like, you're giving me 2 really sets of badass components for what 1 set from JL costs. And he says, plus and you guys are right. Like when you just send me money, you're just like, what up, Pat? Here's a load. And I'm like, thanks. And then I give you one of my loads. That's what bros do. That's what I was telling you yesterday at the cops. Like, that's what cops do. But I don't like to hang out with the cops, because the cops are like aggressive. They're really aggressive bros. Like I need to be like tender, and like velvet pointed shoes and some leather pants or something like that, and then like listen to Susie and the Banshees or something like that. But anyways, I mean, not all the time, just like special times, maybe like on a Friday night, you drink a little bit, whatever. And then, maybe take a Xanax or Percocet, and then just like chill out. Just chill out for a little bit, just like, you put the kids in the closet and lock the closet so they won't get out. And then just go have some, adult time. But, yeah, we'll do some more fun stuff this weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you. Bye.